I give New Hampshire a lot of credit. I think that was their third game in 4 days, and they played desperate hockey. I think Tomas kept us in it in the first period. In the second period, I thought we had some chances after we made it 1-0 on the power play to get, a second goal, and we didn't. And I think if we did, it could have changed the game. But they came out in the third period, and as I said, they played desperate, and they deserved, quite frankly, to tie the game up. I thought they were outplaying us, and you get into overtime, and we took an unnecessary penalty, and they got the power play goal to win it in overtime. So, we got 4 or 6 points on the weekend, but it was still, I thought an opportunity for us to close that game out and take 6. But as I said, hats off to New Hampshire. I thought they played really well.
Okay, we'll start with Dan Connolly. Go ahead, Dan.
Seems like you guys had a lot of chances throughout the game and just weren't able to get them into the back of the net. Is that just a credit to the way Robinson played, or is there still a better finishing touch that this team needs to acquire?
Yeah, I think both goalies played really well all weekend. But yeah, we have to get more bodies to the net, more pucks to the net, and be tougher and stronger around the net. It's hard to score in Hockey East. You look at a lot of the games, and it's almost like a race to 3. If someone can get to 3, it seems like they have a good chance to win. So to answer your question, Dan, we've got to be better and tougher around the net, and to generate more offense. We can't expect to continue to win games 1-0 and 2-1. We're going to have some games where we score 3, 4, 5 goals.
Let's go to Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry. Oh, you're on mute, Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry. Yep, we got you.
Okay, got me now? Okay,
Yep.
Great. Coach, take a look at this game. We talked about it this week about penalties and trying to reduce the amount and when they happen. You probably classify the 2 penalties that Johnny took end of the second period and obviously overtime. They fall in the ill-advised category.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I thought they were unnecessary penalties. One's a stick penalty, which I don't think are ever warranted unless the guy's on a breakaway. And the other one, I think he's got to hold him up there. You see numbers, you got to hold him up. You can't hit him. So I would say that's a fair assessment.
And John Spetz, defensively strong game. He made that play on Esposito. To be able to dive and be able to hit that puck before knocking the guy out, that was some play, and it really was a big part of the game there that kept the score at that point.
Yeah, I thought he did play a pretty solid game. But, in a lot of areas, I thought there's room for improvement, Jerry.
You take a look at what Dan had mentioned about finishing touch. Is there any one specific thing you might say off the top of your head you might see that maybe guys are not accomplishing offensively to put yourself in the position where you're only able to get a goal or 2 a game at this point?
I think we're missing the net an awful lot too. So, Carter Turnbull has a 2-on-1 and he rifles it off the glass, and, we have a chance on the power play and it's off the back of the glass. Like, when you're struggling to score goals, you got to shoot 5-hole and hope for rebounds and tips and deflections. So I think that's an area where we got to get better. And
last question, Thomas Romasco, you can say it every night, but boy, he kept this game close for the UConn.
He played great. I thought he played great. As I said earlier, I think both goalies played really, really well.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, let's go to Alex Hall for a question. Alex?
Yeah, it just after the second period, you get the early goal in the period, and then obviously the 3 penalty kills there. I guess just what did you sort of see differently out of UNH in the third and overtime compared to obviously keeping them down there in the second?
As I kind of mentioned earlier, I think, Alex, that they played more desperate hockey than we did. They were pushing the pace, and instead of us playing on our toes and dictating the pace of play, they did. And we were back on our heels. And we were playing, hoping to win 1-0 instead of trying to get that second goal. And as I said, I give a lot of credit because there's a lot of good players on that team, and I know they're shorthanded a couple, and they really dug deep and found a way to get 2 points tonight.